Hey everybody, welcome to T-Roy Cooks, and thank you for joining us for this Thursday chat with Troy. I appreciate it. Y'all just keep the questions coming, man. I'll tell you what, you guys are doing fantastic with your questions. I'm learning, you're learning. This is where I answer your questions, okay? And if for some reason I misspeak and I don't answer your question the way that you wanted me to answer it, I apologize. It may just be the way I read it or something. And if any of you out there have more information to add on to a question that I answer, feel free to put it in the comments down below. I mean, we're a community, you know, we interact, so if you know something maybe I didn't mention, go ahead and put it in the comments. Try to help the people out that are asking these types of questions. Let them know what your experience is. Like with different pits, different grills, different smokers. All I have is what you see me using on my videos. I haven't ever used some of these models or different makes before, so if you have, and I ask the question about a specific model or make, and you've got one, you've got experience on it, go ahead and chime in. Put your feedback in the comments. Let others know your feedback. That'll greatly help. All of us are a community. Let's keep it that way. Let's all help each other, okay? I like that aspect of it. But yeah, this is where I answer your questions. If you have any questions about any of the products I may mention or any of the YouTube channels I may mention, just click that show more button down beneath the video. You know, if you've got it full screen, you need to collapse it a little bit so that you can actually click the show more beneath the video. That'll open the description box, and that will also let you get to where I'm asking the questions. You'll see which questions I'm answering in the video, and you'll see where at in the video that I'm actually asking the question and answering it. You got my social media in there, my affiliate links, all kind of great information in there. Please check out that description box. A lot of helpful info. Just hit show more to get to it. And folks, here's my list of questions. Again, I got to try to keep this one a little bit short, and I apologize if I'm not responding like I usually do to my comments on my videos, both the cooking on Tuesdays and then these Thursday chats. I've got other things going on in the background. Everything's fine, but I'm just letting you know I'm not connected to the internet all the time. So doing this other stuff that I'm doing now that I'm retired, yeah, just bear with me. I'll get back to a normal rotation of answering my comments that you leave as best that I can and as quickly as I can. But just for like this week and then the last week, just bear with me, okay? Everything's fine and dandy. Just bear with me. Appreciate it. Oh, y'all know I like supporting my local Texas breweries. You know, Austin in particular, but man, I tell you what, this brewery out of the Dallas area, Deep Ellum. Y'all seen me try some of their beers before. Y'all check out that nice little warrior on there. This is Nito Bandito by Deep Ellum Brewery out of the Dallas, Texas area. Tell you what, this is a Czech style beer. What's it say here? Czech style. Yeah, Czechoslovakian inspired Mexican style lager. I'll tell you what, folks, this is jamming. That's a really good beer. And I know it's been a few Thursday chats or so, but I did try another Deep Ellum beer that I really liked too, and it was one that Justin over Baby Back Maniac brought to me to try out. Really good stuff. So Deep Ellum, man, so far I'm liking all of your beers, bro. that's some good stuff, man. Anyway, y'all check out show more. Just hit show more for the description. You can get all the YouTubers that I mentioned, along with all the products and everything else. So a lot of information. Grab your beer. It's time to rock and roll. First question comes from Neil O'Sullivan. How you doing, Neil? You've been around for quite a while, man. I really appreciate the support. It says, hi, T-Roy. Hope you're well. Neil from London here. Loving the show as always. I've got a couple of questions. Appreciate it, Neil. Thanks, man. He says, I see recently you've been asked about the rubs, but do you have any suggestions on good barbecue sauce? In the UK, it's mainly the big brands, but I recently visited the States and picked up a Stubbs Dr. Pepper sauce, but it wasn't all that. Do you have any little gems that you can share with us? Man, I'll tell you what, two of the best barbecue sauces, actually three of them. I'll name three of them. I usually name the first two, but I'm going to throw another one in there too because it's really good. First one is You Know You Want It barbecue sauce. I like the spicy. You can find it from contacting Manuel who has El Rabbit Barbecue on YouTube. That's his YouTube channel, El Rabbit Barbecue. But you have to buy the You Know You Want It sauce off of his Facebook page. I'll put all that information in the description below. Hit show more. The second one will be Tim Buck's sauces, tim-bucks.com. Wonderful. And again, I like their spicy the best. I just like a little bit more black pepper flavor. Kind of like the You Know You Want It, you know. And those two are really close as far as flavors go. But I'll put that information in the description. And also the third one, I always forget to mention this guy. He's my good friend from Atlanta, Grill Warrior. Y'all check him out on YouTube too. My buddy David over at Grill Warrior. And his company is called Grillin' Magic. You can get barbecue sauces and his rubs from his website. I'll put all of that information down below. Click show more. So hope that helps. What's the second question you have for me there, Neil? Also on a completely separate topic, for a great brisket, what sort of internal temp should we be trying to hit? Thanks for the great videos. They are top drawer. Appreciate it, Neil. Thank you very much, man. Cheers to you. I get a lot of questions from people who are trying to cook brisket, or pork butt for that matter, but mainly brisket, asking me what my temperature is that I pull the brisket at. Folks, don't go by temperature. Use temperature as a guideline to alert you as to when it should be close to being done, but never go by temperature. Go by the feel of the brisket. That's why towards the end of my brisket cooks, I may show you what the internal temp is, but what I'm really doing is using my meat probe, my thermopin, to probe into the meat with the probe. And if it goes through like room temperature butter, just really, really soft, hardly any resistance at all, that's when it's tender enough, and that's when it's done. If it's not that tender, leave it on a little bit longer. Let it keep going. I had a stubborn brisket one time that went to like 220 or 225 internal before it was actually tender enough for me. So every piece of meat's different. It does help if you get a better grade of meat, like prime or wagyu or Kobe. Those will cook faster and they will get a lot more tender. But if you're using select or choice or any of that kind of stuff, or Angus, probe it. Just probe it, man. Don't go by the temperature. Having said that, generally, the brisket is usually tender enough. It's usually, when you're poking it with a probe, it's usually, or a toothpick, whatever you have, so a skewer. Usually it's tender, like going through melted butter or butter that's room temperature, when the internal temp is about 198 to 205 internal Fahrenheit. Hope that helps. Great question, Neil. I actually do get this question very often, so I appreciate you asking it, and I'm glad that I could put it out here. Please cook by the feel of the brisket, how tender it is, not by the internal temp. Okay? Next question from Hypa TV. I'm guessing you're right here in the Austin area, because you asked a question about a local sushi restaurant here right up the road from where I live. It's not too far from it. But I couldn't find your website or YouTube channel or anything like that. So if you've got any of that information, I'll help plug you. Just let me know what your information is so people can check you out. Hypa TV says, "Hi T-Roy, I asked you on a different video, but I figured I would ask for your next Thursday chat vlog. Why aren't you keeping the point of the brisket facing the fire? I noticed you place them vertically instead of horizontally." Yeah, I mainly do that because the way I have my Wichita, my offset, is I've got it hotter towards the firebox end and cooler towards the smokestack end. So to try to maintain even temp with the brisket cook, I cook the brisket in one area, you know, front and back side of the cooking chamber, not left and right of the cooking chamber. So that's why I do that. Now, if the piece of meat's getting stubborn, like the flat's not getting done as quick as the point, I may put that stubborn end closer towards the firebox, which will help it heat up faster and cook faster, so it can catch up with the other end of the brisket. And that's why I like having temperature variation within my cooking chamber. You know, we've talked about that, I think, on the last one with the reverse flow pits. I'm not positive because I've never cooked on one, but I hear that they have even temps across the cooking chamber on reverse flow pits. If that's the case, you can't do what I do on my offset, on my Yoder Wichita. So it depends on how your style of cooking is, how you want to cook it like that, you know. It's no miracle, it's no, just learn your pit. Do what you can do with your own pit and with the piece of meat that you're cooking. There's no right or wrong way. I hope that helps. Appreciate the question. Let me see. Also, he's got another question here. Also, can you fit briskets and or pork butts on the bottom and top shelves at the same time on your Yoder Wichita? Yeah, definitely can. I would actually put the briskets on the top because I don't want that pork drippings dripping onto my brisket. But having said that too, I haven't noticed that it hurt anything by doing that. But I think it's just safer having the beef on the top. Because, I don't know, it's like poultry. I would never put poultry on the top and get the drippings down beneath. But with pork and beef, they're pretty close. I don't really think you have to worry about it, but I would go with the beef on top. You can definitely do that though. Great question again. Just two, that's a twofer. Next question comes from J.I. Terrio, or G. Terrio. I do not need to cook a 16-pound brisket. It's just me and the wife, or sometimes just me. I'm with you. It's just me and Karen a lot of times too. He says, is it okay to cut a brisket in half or thirds, like to make it 3 to 5 pounds brisket? Yes, definitely do that. Yeah, you can do that. And then you can vacuum seal and freeze the part that you didn't cook yet, or save it for the next week. Either way works. But yeah, you can definitely cut it. It also speeds up the cooking time. If it's not as big, cooking a 12-pound brisket takes a lot longer than cooking a 3 to 5 pound brisket, as you know. It says also, at my local store, they've trimmed briskets in the 3 to 5 pound range. Points. Talking about the point end. Will these do? Yes, definitely. So I've been doing a barbecue for 50 plus years and I'm still learning. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the support. I appreciate the question. Yeah. In fact, I got my the pit barrel cooker, and instead of doing a full packer brisket, hanging it in my pit barrel cooker, my local HEB grocery store sells the points and the flats separately. So they go ahead and pre-cut the full packers, and they also trim them up pretty good too. But I got the point end of the brisket to cook in the pit barrel cooker because I didn't want to try a full brisket, and I wasn't sure. It's my first cook on the pit barrel cooker, so I wasn't sure how it was turning out, but it turned out fabulous, man. Turned out really good. So either buy the whole thing, cut it yourself, or buy it pre-done. Whatever fits your fancy, but appreciate the question. Thanks again. Next question is from Eric Ramirez. Thank you, Eric. It says, hey, T-Roy, I have a river grill offset that has a thermal gauge on it right in the top middle. I put another gauge on the far end by the stack closer to the grate area. Would that be good to go by that gauge instead of the original gauge? Yeah. I always try to get a temperature gauge closer to the grate level. That helps a lot as far as what the temp is where your meat is, not the temp in the top of the dome or the curved section or the roof of your offset. You always get a much better reading of what the meat's actually being heated by, what temp it is at the grate level. It says the one I installed usually runs 50 to 60 degrees hotter than the original gauge that's on the top middle of this offset. And yeah, that is true. Sometimes, especially with offsets, that air is flowing from the firebox to the stack, so that air is moving at a pretty good click. But if you've got heat management plates or tuning plates or anything like that in the bottom of your cooking chamber within your offset, where those tuning plates or the heat management plate stops, or where the heat can escape through it, if your temperature probe is right there, that's where you're going to have that heat, because it's been going under those tuning plates, and when there's a gap, it's going to come up. So if you're putting your temperature probe directly above one of those gaps between the tuning plates, you're actually getting the full brunt of the heat, and that's before it can go back out the stack. So that's why it's running a little bit hotter at the grate. But that's a good indication of where if you put your thermometer where the meat's being cooked at, you know, in your cooking chamber, that's a good indication of what your meat's actually cooking at, not what the temp itself is for your for the roof section, let's say, of your offset. Great question, Eric. Appreciate it, man. Next page, let's see. Rich's River Smokers, West Virginia. Rich, I swear, buddy, you ask me a question every week. Y'all go check him out. Rich's River Smokers, West Virginia, folks. He sent me some peachwood, man. That's some good stuff. All right, got a question for you, Thursday chat. What dish did one of your family members do that you can't do like them? Cheers, and love your channel, bud. I appreciate that, Rich. Man, my mama makes a Mississippi mud pie that is to die for, and for some reason I just can't seem to get it right. So that would be one thing for sure, man. There's quite a few dishes that my mom makes that I just hadn't quite figured out. Maybe it's just that little kiss of love that she puts in the dish while she's making it, you know, because that really does matter. It's not just what ingredients. You've got to have some love in the dish to make it taste good. But yeah, I appreciate the question, Rich. Tom Taylor says, morning, Troy. Good morning, Tom. I love your Q&A videos. Question for you. What do you do when the water from the Weber Smoky Mountain, what do you do with the water from the Weber Smoky Mountain after a cook? I dump it behind my fence and just let it soak into the ground. Cheers to you. Says, let's see, Tom says, do you use a drip pan to collect the grease and just pitch the water in the trash pan? No, I don't use a drip pan. I just let everything drip into that water pan, and I take it and I hold it up above the fence and I dump it on the other side. That's what I do. I guess if you've got a grassy area, that would work as well. Maybe go hose it down a little bit after, you know. Dogs love it. He says, let's see. Cheers to you, brother. Keep on trucking. Hey, Tom, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate it very much. Thanks for the support. All right, Daniel Arias. Can you make an unboxing or review of the iGrill 3? I think you should get one and test it out for us. He says, I just bought a Weber Smoky Mountain and I can't wait to try it out. Daniel, no, man. I'm an affiliate with ThermoWorks, so I'm not going to be testing the iGrill or anything like that. There's a lot of my YouTube friends out there that already have it. Southern Coastal Cooking, my buddy Joe is one of them that I know has the iGrill. So go check out some of those folks. They've already done reviews on them. I like the ThermoWorks myself, okay? Just Piddling Barbecue. How you doing, brother? Great to hear from you, man. Great once again, T-Roy. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Question. Other than the food itself, I truly enjoy being outdoors, on my backyard, just relaxing outside when I'm cooking. Man, I do too. So, what's your favorite part of cooking other than the food? I like floating around in my pool and smelling that Wichita, that Yoder Wichita, or my Weber Smoky Mountain, or my Kamado Joe. Just smoking some goodness, putting out that fine aroma from the smoke. You know, just in the food itself, man. The food itself is also putting some aromas in the air. I love that. I love that, man. I usually have some good tunes on, you know, like classic rock type stuff and some country. But yeah, just hanging out, having a good time, playing around. You know, my dog's all roaming around chasing squirrels and birds and stuff, so that's fun to watch too. But love floating around in the pool while the food's cooking, especially on the longer cooks. Really good smell around here, as I'm sure you are aware. Thanks for the question, man. Y'all go check him out. Just Piddling Barbecue. CG, Critter Getter, how you doing, man? Cheers to you. Great to hear from you, man. I ain't heard from you in a while. Critter Getter, y'all go check him out, man. Troy, I scored some cherry wood. Fabulous, man. What do you recommend I smoke? Chicken, pork, beef, or Nutria? Nutria-Rat. Dude, I wouldn't do no Nutria-Rat, man. Maybe some squirrel. Squirrel would probably be good. You know, pork ribs are really good. Or some pork butt. I would do that, or some chicken. I wouldn't really necessarily go with meat, the actual beef itself. I'm talking about, you know, beef, because cherry wood's not that strong of a flavor, unless maybe you mix the cherry with some hickory or some oak or some pecan or mesquite, so some other nut wood. But just cherry by itself, I'd go with either some poultry or some pork. That's what I would do, or squirrel. Oh yeah, Critter Gitter says, who dat? CJ. Who dat, brother? Who dat? Talking about who dat? Who dat? That's from the New Orleans Saints, okay? In case you wasn't aware. Who dat talking about doing? Who dat? Who dat? That kind of thing. M Hammer, what container holds your beer can? Thanks. This is a Yeti. Let's see if I can turn it where you can see it. Let me pull the beer out for you. Hang on. It's a Yeti koozie, and I've been putting the link for it. There you go. See, it says Yeti right there. It's also got Yeti somewhere there right here. Anyway, it's a Yeti koozie, and you can find these at the local barbecue supply places here. I think even Walmart has them, but these are made in Austin. So, man, I'm almost out of beer. I'm gonna have to cut this one short because I'm out of my help to keep my throat moist. So anyway, yeah, I'll put a link down below where you can get it off Amazon if you need to. Okay, appreciate the question. Let's see, Jonathan Havens. Hey Troy, I was wondering if you could suggest a great barbecue sauce for pork ribs. Yeah, I got quite a few, man. In fact, I mentioned them a while ago. You Know You Want It, $10, and Grill Warrior barbecue sauces. Says I'm looking for a sauce that's made in Texas. Okay, then from Texas, I would say you have to go with You Know You Want It from El Rabbit Barbecue. Again, check the link down below. Just hit show more, open it up, go to his Facebook page for El Rabbit Barbecue. You can purchase it there at his store. Okay, really good. Personally, I like the spicy, but his regular original is also really good. And the spicy just means it got more black pepper. Okay, it's got more black pepper flavor. It's not like it's got a lot of cayenne and stuff in it. Okay. It says Jonathan also says, I hope you're well, and I'm sorry your job has moved to another state. Yeah, me too, but I'm enjoying retirement now. It says, I wish you nothing but the best, Troy. Thanks for the great videos. Thank you, Jonathan. Cheers to you. I appreciate the support. Thanks for the question. Everything's going to be fine and dandy. I'm loving just hanging out here and spending more time with all of you. So I'm enjoying the retirement so far. Appreciate it. Do what you can to help me out, though, because if I've helped you, help keep me coming to you. Cheers. All right, Ben's BQ. Where you at, Ben? Says, hi, Troy. Check out Ben's channel. Hit show more. Hi, Troy. Super Thursday chat again. And you have many videos. Have you ever been to a butcher to make a video? For example, Lobel's. No, Ben, I haven't. But that would be a great idea. I've actually tossed around the idea of maybe going up to Lobel's or even one of the local butchers here in the Austin area. Here in Texas, you know, we got lots of beef, lots of butchers here, also for venison and pig, you know, and you know, all that good stuff. So I can probably do that, but it's not on my high priority list. But it's definitely doable. I'd love to go hang out with the butchers at for Lobel's. If y'all not familiar, Lobels.com is where they provide meat to me for some of my videos. But yeah, they've got a shop there, a butcher shop on Manhattan, or in Manhattan in New York. I'd love to go up there and check them out, man. That'd be fabulous. I appreciate the suggestion, Ben. And again, y'all go check out Ben. He's got a great channel. Love you, brother. Cheers. What else we got here from Mizoy2K? Dear Mr. Cooks, just call me Troy. Just call me Troy. Can you make a pizza on the barbecue, but with a fruity taste? Like maybe with some peaches? Yes. I've got just the recipe I would love to try with some fruity pizza. Yeah, I could definitely do that. Thank you so much for the suggestion. I really appreciate it. I'll put it on my to-do list. Eves Street. You ever mess with pork loin? It's really popular around here. Yeah, I do. I got pork loin, pork tenderloin, all kinds of stuff, man. Just when you go to my main channel, click on the little it's like a magnifying glass. If you click on that, just search for pork loin. It'll pull up all my pork loin videos. You know, that little search box, not the very top, but beneath my main banner, where it has like videos and about and all that. Just to the right of that, click that little magnifying glass. It'll open a box and just type in there what you want to search for on my specific channel. It'll bring it up for you. So yeah, man, I like me some pork loin. I like injected pork loin, and then you wrap it with some bacon. Ain't that right, Christy? Christy over at Christy's Cooking Channel. Y'all can check her out. Link down below. Orion's, no, not Orion's. Dude, I'm sorry, man. It doesn't say Orion's. It says Onions Smoke Shack with Johnny Mannion. Johnny, I apologize, man. When I printed this out, it's got like some little lines where the ink from the printer messed with it. I thought it said Orion's. Anyway, Onions Smoke Shack with Johnny Mannion. I'm gonna go to the question. T-Roy, love your videos. Love the Thursday chats. I have a question. I'm fairly new to this YouTube barbecue stuff, and I'm just getting started doing videos. Oh, cool. Y'all go check him out. I'll put the link down below. Johnny Mannion. Onions Smoke Shack. It says, what advice would you give a new upstart channel? Thanks, brother. May God continue to bless you and your family. Same to you. Cheers to you. God bless you. I spoke about Big John's cooking last week. I'd give you the same advice. When you're a young channel, you don't have very many subscribers, like in the hundreds, it's going to take time. And it took me time, like a year or so, it seemed like, to get up to 1,000 viewers, 1,000 subscribers. Maybe a year and a half. Honestly, it took a while. But just make sure you've got a really good title, not like catch bait type stuff that's going to drive people to watch your video, and your title doesn't have anything to do with your video. So make sure your title has something to do with your video. Try to get a good thumbnail image, and I think you have to have like maybe 500 or 1,000 subscribers or something before you can actually take your own thumbnail image and use it as a thumbnail image instead of what YouTube gives you. But do your own thumbnail image if you can. Make sure you get tags, get good tags and title and description. And I mean, different people have different styles. Like Larry Wolf, he does a video in 3 to 5 minutes, and it's fine. Mine are usually 10 to 15 minutes. That's my style. Keith Bettag, y'all go check him out too. Keith Bettag down below. But Keith may have a 30-minute video. It's very entertaining. The dude actually does not edit his videos, so he shows you everything. Go check him out. But everybody's got their own style, so just do your own thing. Be yourself. Maybe let your friends on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that, let them know that you've got a cooking channel and that you're putting out videos. Maybe share the link to your channel or the link to a video that you've recently done on your social media to help spread the word. Because that's why I always say at the end of my videos, if you like this, give me a thumbs up, but hope you share the video with all your friends, and when you do, tell them that T-Roy cooks responsibly. Sharing it's like free marketing, man. You're not paying for it, but your friends are actually letting their friends know about your channel. Greatly appreciated by me and everyone who has helped. That's how I've grown, by people sharing that information about my channel or about a video. So that kind of thing really works well, especially if you've got a large community like on Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest even, any of the Twitter, any of those. So that would be my advice. Just do your own thing. Be honest. Be real. Be genuine. Don't try to bait people into watching your video and all that kind of stuff. Just do your thing. Have fun with it. Try to get the best video camera that you can. Try to get the best microphone or audio that you can. Try to get the best lighting that you can. And as your videos, as your channel progresses and you get more and more, you'll start making money off of YouTube, and then you can invest that money that you get into getting better equipment. But just starting out, your cell phone with maybe a lamp or something next to your food that you're cooking is enough light. to actually show what you're doing, and that would work for you. But again, picture quality, audio quality, and lighting, that greatly helps. Anyway, I appreciate the question. Thank you, Johnny, very much, and wish you much success. God bless. Cheers to you, buddy. Y'all go check out his channel. Link down below, and just hit show more. Alright, this is my last question, folks. It's been a long one. I was going to try to keep it short, but I've been kind of rambling. Donald Howard, I have a question for you. Thank you, Donald. I appreciate it. Cheers to you, my friend. I'm trying to finish my beer, too. It says, I see a lot of the competition smokers and others use tin foil pans. What are the pros and cons? And how about the smoke flavor? Thanks. Yeah, a lot of them do use the foil pans. Mainly, I honestly have never done a competition cook. And I apologize for the wind. I got some rain moving in tonight and the wind's whipping up. But I think mainly competition cooks use the tin foil pans, like foil and stuff, you know, also to help the meat cook faster, because they're on a timetable. They've only got so long to have the meat done and rested before they turn it in to the judges. So if they're using little crutch systems like the tin foil pan and the wrapping with tin foil and stuff like that, that helps give them a little more leeway as far as what they can do with the cook, because they're not so pressed for time. Plus they can make sure the meat's done on time, if you know what I mean. And also with the tin foil pans, you can put marinades in there, or butter, or juices in there, and let the meat cook in that juice or marinade or butter or whatever while it's in the pan, and help tenderize and flavor the meat while it's cooking. And it keeps it a lot moister too. I mean, the meat itself is a lot juicier. So that would be the main pros. The cons will be someone like me who wants a really nice bark. You don't get a really nice bark when you go with the tin foil or the foil pans, unless at the very end you take it out and put it naked on the grill grate and just let the air circulate around it with the smoke and get that bark back up crispy again. But I may delve into testing with some tin foil pans now that I'm retired and I can actually do some testing. So y'all maybe look forward to that too. But Donald, thanks for the question, man. This has been a great episode. Thanks for all the questions from all of you. I can't wait to see you again next Thursday. Again, check out the description box. Just hit show more beneath the video. Please go ahead and subscribe to everybody that I have down there if you're not already subscribed. They're all fantastic channels. And folks, if y'all like this, please, y'all give me some thumbs up. Hope you go ahead and share the video. And when you do, you tell all your friends that T-Roy cooks responsibly. Cheers, everybody.